Okay, we should be live. There is a PDS tornado warning in the Philadelphia metro heading for downtown Philly. Right here, this includes northern Delaware, southern Pennsylvania, near Westchester, Pennsylvania. This is an observed tornado on the ground, and it is a particularly dangerous situation. Considerable tornado warning. We also have 70-mile-an-hour damaging winds here. This is the terminal radar, so it's not giving us the best view in the world. But if we go to base velocity, you can see our brought into rotation there. Let me switch radar sites to KDIX. So this is heading for the Philadelphia metro. Again, this is going to track this warning. The whole warning will eventually impact the Philadelphia metro, and there is a large, dangerous tornado ongoing. There is your velocity. You can see your couplet here. Let's go to correlation coefficient. Sorry, bear with me. I'm struggling. You're going to have to give me a second here. Okay. So it's a PDS warning. This does include Wilmington, Delaware. You are in this PDS tornado warning. I actually know someone who lives in Westchester. I don't know why this is PDS, but it is PDS. Yeah, I don't. Is this spotter confirmed? I do not know. This is a radar indicated PDS, so this is not confirmed on the ground. I don't know why this is PDS. I'll be honest. I do not know why this is PDS right now. But it is. We are in an enhanced risk. If you're in this area, there is an enhanced risk of severe weather today. I have no idea why this is PDS, but it is a particularly dangerous situation with weak rotation on the north side of this warning. So this is still a PDS warning. I mean, this is a windbag. Nonetheless, I don't know that there's a strong tornado ongoing. It's warned for that. I don't think there is, but if there is, you do need to seek shelter. Nonetheless, this is a particularly dangerous warning. The Weather Service in Mount Holly thinks that this is a strong tornado in progress. We do have that 70-mile-an-hour considerable severe thunderstorm warning as well. Let's zoom out. Let's go over all of our warnings currently in our viewing area. So again, this is all we have for southeast Pennsylvania. In New York City, we do have 60-mile-an-hour observed severe thunderstorm warnings, some special marine warnings moving out over New York. I'm not going to switch to this because it's not that important, but 60-mile-an-hour severe thunderstorm warning in eastern Pennsylvania, as well as flash flood warning, and then some special weather statements scattered around. Remember, we do have a slight risk here, Minnesota into Wisconsin. We have that slight risk. We are also monitoring potentially for storms here in eastern Ontario today, although it's not of much concern. There is a slight risk equivalent from Environment Canada out for this area. Eastern New York and western eastern Pennsylvania are also in severe thunderstorm watches right now. Again, I do not know why this is PDS. I have no idea why they would go PDS for this warning, but it is. A lot of people saying God's greatest tornado warning, and I don't disagree. I did not know why this is a PDS warning. We do have a new warning. I just covered this, but new warning should be about to come out here for Long Island. There you go. 1 inch hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds for the storm currently here northeast of Queens. This will eventually move into Oyster Bay and Huntington, long-term Stony Brook, Smithtown, under the gun. But right now we're really honed in. This is a particularly dangerous tornado warning, and this is heading for Philadelphia. It's a pretty fast-moving storm as well. I just don't get it. I really don't see anything that indicates this should be PDS. Up here, Coatesville, we do have a confirmed 56-mile-an-hour wind gust via ASOS. That is up here in Coatesville. So there's still severe thunderstorm winds. I really just don't understand why they went PDS here. Especially because the only area of rotation is in the farthest northeast corner of this warning up in Williston. Around here. This is where Williston is. Nonetheless, the NWS sees something. This will eventually track into the Philadelphia metro. So we have to be concerned here. New radar scan. I mean, there's really just like this broad rotation. And no visible correlation coefficient drop. Is it on Delaware radar? I guess there's some amount of rotation on Delaware radar, but it's nothing like... Is this for the storm over Greenville right now? Greenville? Because if so, I mean that... Okay, this may be for this. It does have broad rotation on Delaware radar, but I don't know why they would go PDS for broad rotation. Honestly, it doesn't even look like it should be a tornado warning, let alone a PDS warning. Let's switch over. I will show you. So we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning for Phillipsburg. That's for this cell. This is contamination, if I remember. From when I was in Penn State for a week, I think that's contamination. But we do have a number of thunderstorm complexes here, some of which are severe, and then our big line, which will eventually track into our severe thunderstorm watch, could pose a threat. We've got some more pop-ups you can see here in upstate New York that may eventually go severe. We are under an enhanced risk today. Okay, Philadelphia, you've just been added to a severe thunderstorm warning. So this is a considerable warning. This is 70-mile-an-hour winds. That's nearly hurricane force winds, 1 inch hail, for the Philadelphia metro. This isn't really downtown Philly. I mean, downtown Philly, you are included, but this is more so points north, Radnor, Norriston, up towards Warrington Township. I can't read what that says. This will eventually head for Trenton. Trenton had severe thunderstorms earlier today. Make sure that's shut off. Okay, I needed to check that. Sorry, bear with me. Yeah, I mean, I see nothing indicating this should even be a tornado warning, let alone a PDS warning for this area. I don't get it, man. I do not get it. They are maintaining that PDS warning. If they still see something concerning, this is gonna need to be expanded soon. Because like this is moving out of the warning area. So again, this is tracking for Nether Province Township, Media, Upper Province, Marple, Upper Darby, Penwine, Penwinnie, Ardmore, Radnor, Paoli, King of Prussia, Norristown, East Norden, Abington, Jenkintown, Sheldon, Philly, of course, then Bensalem, Edgewater Park, Horsham, Warminster, North Wales, and Bluebell. You're all in this severe thunderstorm warning, and then the Williston, Chester area, you are in the path of this PDS tornado warning. We do have reports of thunderstorm wind damage northeast of Albany, New York, heading into Vermont. That is from a storm that is no longer severe warned. We've had a couple reports today. We have storms like in a line all the way from Arkansas to the Florida coast, all the way up to Maine. That's how widespread this is. Let me just check some radar sites real quick here. Thank you for bearing with me, folks. This storm heading for Jacksonville and Indiana in Pennsylvania is starting to look concerning. Okay, so they have allowed the PDS warning to expire. They have not extended it. I do not know why they went PDS at all, honestly, but they did go PDS. That's confusing to me. Alright, I'm gonna check out the SBC page. We'll show you today's convective outlook, the HRRR, all kinds of stuff. Here we go. Here's your day one outlook. Enhanced risk does include extreme southern New York and southeast PA. So that's in our coverage area. Broad 2% tornado risk, 30% wind risk is what's driving this enhanced area, and then our 5% hail risk. Then we have a hail-driven slight for central Minnesota into western Wisconsin, also in our viewing area, hail-driven, and partially wind-driven, 15% wind, no tornado risk on that. Day two, we do have an enhanced. I'm not going to get into that now. Let's check out the HRRR for both our mid-Atlantic threat and our High Plains area threat. I should say northwest threat. Okay, here's 18Z HRRR. I've not looked at this yet, I want to point out. So this is what it has modeled right now, pretty accurate. Again, these storms are further northeast. We have another line of most likely sub-severe storms that's going to move through later tonight. This is 8 o'clock. We have most concern would be here in Virginia, North Carolina, and here in New Jersey, neither of which are in our coverage areas. Some potentially strong but not severe storms here in northeast Pennsylvania. Those will move out eventually, and then we're kind of looking at nothing. Let's switch over to our Wisconsin-Minnesota threat. I guess this would be the best float. You can see at initiation we did have we still have these kind of pulse thunderstorms moving through Wisconsin out over the lake. Eventually we might see some hailers tonight. This is 10 o'clock tonight in western Wisconsin. And then the morning convection for tomorrow's enhanced risk does look fairly potent. There in Minnesota, the Minneapolis metro. We are missing a single frame. There we go. This could be a damaging wind event. This is 6 o'clock Central tomorrow, 7 o'clock Eastern. I personally won't be live for this. Someone else might be able to, but I woke up at 5 a.m. today for coverage of Hurricane Eric. So I'm not waking up at, I'd have to wake up at 6Z is 4 a.m. Right? 2 a.m. This is 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm 6, 7, 8. I'm not staying up until 8 a.m. tomorrow. I have things to do. I have to break down a bed, among other things. So this is potentially potent. But we're not gonna be live for it. I hate to break it to you. Then tomorrow afternoon we get destructive line firing. If we can go to this float, I guess this float is the best float for this. Let it load. We have this destructive line in northwest Wisconsin, northeast Minnesota, into the upper peninsula of Michigan tomorrow. But again, this is early morning, which I'm not a fan of. Come on. I do not have a charger up here, do I? Okay, it's unfortunate. We will most likely be live for this, but again, this is just awful timing because I really can't be up this late. I might be able to Saturday morning. Definitely not tomorrow morning, though. So we may be live for this damaging winds in Wisconsin into Michigan, into all the way into Ontario. This basically just persists, doesn't stop. Look at that. That's decent. This is just HRRR SimRef. Don't put too much stock into it, but that's kind of where we're at right now. A little damaging wind threat as well tomorrow. I think we're in a marginal, which rightfully so. This might do something in southeast Ontario, southwest Ontario, I guess, whatever. Yeah. Yesterday was a crazy day for our viewing area. We had multiple destructive severe thunderstorm warnings, some possibly strong tornadoes. So that was a fun day of live streaming. All right, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning here in Wisconsin. This is kind of the no man's land of Wisconsin. There's a big old radar hole here. Let's try Green Bay. So I think this is just warned because of how poor the radar coverage is, because it is warned for 1-inch hail, 50-mile-an-hour winds. But this is possibly, if you're just looking at DBZ, this is possibly a big hailer moving into Bradley, Wisconsin. Eventually this will hit Tomahawk, Wisconsin, West Cahill. This already went through the Oneida County Memorial Forest. Wouldn't be shocked either if this storm goes severe soon. Where is this? That's not how you're supposed to zoom in. Now is it? That's for this storm in the Oconto County Forest. But yeah, there's severe thunderstorm warning. This is weirdly worded. Normally you need 60-mile-an-hour winds for a severe warning. This is warned for up to 50-mile-an-hour winds, which is not how you'd normally do a severe warning. It says up to 50 miles an hour. That's not how you'd normally run things. We have another special weather statement up here in the UP of Michigan. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a severe warning soon out of that either. See why I need a charger now. And here's a special marine warning. It's moving towards Muskegon, Michigan. Really not that concerning, but gusty winds are bad for tiny boats. That's not our principal concern right now, though. Here we go, back to Philly. These are both, I believe, considerable. No, just the western warning is considerable. This southern warning is not. This is splitting the storm. I'm going to check out velocity for a second. Load. So this is relatively close to ground level. Again, we're looking like 400 feet up. This is in meters per second, but we're averaging around 27, which should be in that 50 mile an hour range. 60. Yeah. So we are seeing some widespread 60 mile an hour winds just above the surface. This can do some damage, all right? Small tree limbs down, your trash can blown away. This is capable of damage. This is moving into the Philadelphia metro. Honestly, I don't see why it's considerable either. Maybe for this segment here. There's some like 30 meters a second. Did we just get a new MD? I think we did. Let's check that out. Did we, I think we just got a new mesoscale discussion here. Bear with me, folks. This computer is not very cooperative. But, yeah, I do think we just got a new mesoscale discussion. Am I hallucinating? That's from North Dakota. This includes New York, I guess. It's for, very low-end damaging winds, but I'm pretty sure. There's a new MD. There it is. Okay, there we go. This is hot off the presses. It hasn't even been graphicked, I guess is the verb, yet. We do have 50 mile an hour winds confirmed on ASOS in Wilmington, Delaware. That's moving into New Jersey. We still have a lot of stormy weather in New York City today. 60 mile an hour winds in downtown. We do have a special marine warning out, and still a severe thunderstorm warning for Queens into Oyster Bay. Eventually, that'll track into Smithtown. Maybe we have the MD loaded now. We do not. All right, I'm checking Twitter. Bear with me. Okay, I have the MD up on my phone. There we go. There it is. All right. The potential for 60 to 70 mile an hour gusts and extensive wind damage will continue for the next 1 to 2 hours. This does include some of extreme southeastern Pennsylvania. 55 to 70 mile an hour winds, tornado and hail aren't really a threat. Those are about as low as it can get. That was a lot of weight. Here are watches in effect right now. We have a couple. Here's our southeast Pennsylvania watch. That severe wind is high. Tornado's not high. 70% for 10 or more severe wind, 30% for 1 or more above hurricane force. So this is a pretty higher end warning for this part of the country. You don't often see something of that intensity, and this is a pretty severe warned line. And then eastern New York, not nearly as concerning. Moderate severe wind for like 60 mile an hour winds. And really not expecting any destructive winds up here, like we saw yesterday. It's a watch nonetheless. current storm reports, you can see, where the most activity is happening pretty clearly. But we still have that considerable severe warning for the Philadelphia Metro. Let's switch back to reflectivity radar. And we have another storm here in Maryland. Let's go back to... I think Mount Holly would actually be the best radar station here. We do have a storm, another Boeing segment, actually, behind this that will eventually clip some of southeast PA. That's currently moving into Delaware, though. So it'll really not be of much concern to us, but it's something. I should update my title, given that we no longer have a PDS tornado warning. I have no idea why that went PDS at all, actually. But it went PDS. It did. I think that was a mistake, if I'm being honest. There was nothing to indicate there was even a tornado for that storm, let alone PDS. Okay, so we do have another warning here for Pennsylvania. It's not considerable. This is a base warning. Moving up into New Jersey eventually. Are there towns here? Bedminster, Tinicum, Richland Town. I think that's Sellersville, yeah. And Tifftown. You're in that severe thunderstorm warning. And again, we still have our severe thunderstorm warnings in western PA. And we still have one severe up here in Wisconsin, hail-driven. Some special weather statements in northern Indiana. They did cancel the flash flood warnings here in western PA. So we're really just honed in on this northeast mid-Atlantic area threat right now. All right, just gonna need a little technical. Okay. I don't think I can actually change the name of my YouTube live stream through here, so that's just the name of the stream now, folks. I don't know what to tell you. I don't think anyone's watching it, honestly, so could be worse. Bear with me. All right. Once these considerable warnings move out, I might end the live stream because I'm going to dinner soon. This was more of an emergency live stream than anything. We do try and go live for every enhanced, but really this didn't look like a higher end enhanced. It kind of busted for specifically Southeast Pennsylvania, at least so far. You know what, just for funsies, let's check the 21Z HRRR, go to the Mid-Atlantic float here, 20Z. So this is initiation, and it does have these storms intensifying, which they did. But again, these are really just strong storms behind that, nothing of much concern. Really the story for the rest of the night is going to be what is happening in Minnesota right now. Which it really wants like tornadic supercells in Minnesota at like 1 a.m. today. I really might have to go live tonight. Okay, that'll be fun. That's prefrontal supercells in tornadic environment. I don't know what to tell you. And then a damaging line hitting the Minneapolis metro. I think Mike's weather page is in Minneapolis right now, if I remember correctly. He's from Florida. I don't know. Fair in that. It's a slight risk today. I will show tomorrow's enhanced since there's not really much going on right now. This does include part of our viewing area there in Minnesota. 5% tornado. Hatched wind and hail all the way into the UP of Michigan where we have that slight. And remember, Ontario, you're also in that slight area. In fact, let's go to... I just had a stroke, dude. There we go. I did not realize they got rid of my favorite site for looking at thunderstorm outlooks, but we really only need to look at Ontario, don't we? Here's today's. Let it load. Takes a minute. They have canceled that slight risk equivalent that was here. Now just really this is marginal equivalent here for 70 to 90 kilometer an hour gusts. I don't know I said kilometer an hour like that. And 30 to 50 millimeters of rain for areas like Sudbury, Sault Ste. Marie, Kenora, Thunder Bay. Let's see if we can get the day 2 on here. I don't think they have a day 2, actually. I forgot about that. That's the downside of looking at Environment Canada outlooks, but there is a severe threat for Canada tomorrow. Let's go to the Northern Great Plains float just so I can show you there in Eastern Canada. There's a severe threat tomorrow. This would be fun if we have Southeast Saskatchewan Tornado Fest tomorrow, which is more than a possibility. But by the time these storms get into Ontario, they aren't really looking that concerning. Again, our main coverage point tomorrow is going to be, this is 11 to midnight Central, or Eastern, I mean, potentially having some prefrontals ahead of this line. I will say probably not going to be live for the line, just because, I mean, it's too early and I have things to do tomorrow. All right, let's go back to the radar. They have canceled, or not canceled, they've condensed the severe thunderstorm warning and dropped it from considerable to the base warning. We do still have that severe thunderstorm warning, though, 2 in Pennsylvania, well, 4 including these 2. By the way, let's switch to the State College radar. HARP, okay. This cell looking more severe than this cell, if I'm being honest. This is definitely our most severe cell here in Indiana, Pennsylvania. It's got a little big hail on that northern side. And we do have still our severe warning there in Queens, New York. Let's go to northern Indiana now. I'm going to wrap up the stream. I know it was a short stream like yesterday's was, but I've got things to do, man. We do have some special weather statement storms. You'll probably see I do not want to open Google AI. Okay. We do have another storm up here in the Chicago area that'll eventually move on shore. But most concern, Christ, I can't do anything. This storm near Marion, and then really this is what's looking decent right now. And we do still have this severe thunderstorm warning here in rural Wisconsin, heading towards Tomahawk, Wisconsin. If this will ever load, there we go. Yeah, hail doesn't look nearly as impressive as before. Honestly, this looks like the more impressive hailer in the Langlade County Forest, and then also this one southeast of Beaver, southwest, in the Osceola County Forest. Yeah, it's kind of where we're standing right now. Next week we're gonna see that incredible heat. We might upload a video. We have not done videos yet on this channel. We have only done live streams, but we might do a video on the upcoming patterns, some extreme heat, and maybe some high plains severe weather madness coming up. They're from Minnesota. Again, if this happens, I mean, it's trying to fire prefrontals in Minnesota. What does 19Z think? Again, don't base your entire life off of the HRRR, but like, come on. That's discrete cells in North Dakota. I don't know what to tell you. And Saskatchewan into Manitoba. There's your like prefrontal tornado threat. And then we also have stuff in Wisconsin. And then again, this is just very damaging line at 10Z in the Minneapolis metro. That could be pretty bad, given how much expensive stuff is here. HRRR is saying like 72 dBc. That'd be some big hail in the Minneapolis metro tomorrow morning. Then again, that enhanced risk. Day 3 marginal. This will probably go slight at some point, but broad marginal for basically just our whole northern area, northern Minnesota, northern Wisconsin, northern Michigan, a little slither of northeast Ohio, so I can feel included. Let's cover our heat risk real quick. Here's the Weather Predictions Center. We have a number of mesoscale precipitation discussions. In fact, what we really want to talk about here is your maximum daily heat risk Friday to Saturday. So Wisconsin, Illinois, a little bit of Indiana there. Extreme heat. There's already, I think, heat warnings out in like Minnesota for 110 heat index. We could see up to 115, isolated 120 heat index in some areas. Monday to Tuesday, you can really see it is New York to Minnesota that we are seeing this. Just our whole viewing area with incredible heat. So yeah, these strong storms are moving out of our viewing area. This is considerable. Okay, they did go considerable for this storm that's moving into Trenton. But I am going to hang it up now. I got to go eat dinner. So thank you for tuning into GLWX. Yeah, stay safe.